So what's good, TMG fam? It's your boy L, and I'm back with another reaction. I'm about to choke myself. My bad. No, I ain't starting it over. So listen, man, before we get into the video, y'all, I wanted to remind y'all, go fix that blind that you've been peeking out of all day. You know? Yeah, you forgot to fix it back. It's still all crinked where you've been looking through it all day being nosy at your neighbors. Go fix that real quick before we get started the video, all right? And remember, question everything. You should. And this is for entertainment purposes only. Let's get to it.
This retired NASA astronaut nearly collided with two metallic orbs. This is what he said happened. Leroy Chiao, the former NASA astronaut, recently revealed his eerie encounter while flying his plane, his private plane, over Texas. Leroy said while he was cruising at 9,000 feet, he came across two metallic orbs in the sky. He said they were like 3 feet in diameter. He said it came within 20 feet of his plane while they were zooming past him. He said it happened so fast. He said what was even crazier was that neither his radar or air traffic control picked up the orbs. So it kept him wondering, was this part of a military operation going on? Or could it be something out of this world? What do y'all think? Do y'all think it was a military operation going on? Or do you think it was a natural phenomenon? Or is this proof that they're here?
I think it's proof. Well, we've seen this interview with him actually talking about it. I think it's proof that they're actually here or something's going on. But this ain't just no conspiracy theory. This ain't just no, you know what I mean? Some made up. No, this stuff is real. I mean, we got the documented videos to show you the proof. Like, and what he experienced, I believe it. I believe it. And like I said before, when we watched the interview, bro, now we have an astronaut saying this. Not just the people that they want to deem as crazy. You have an actual astronaut who's probably more skeptical than most of us about things and don't want to come out and ruin his reputation or nothing like that, and actually spoke out about it.
Y'all don't even realize NASA quietly snuck those astronauts that were stuck in space for months on the ISS back down here, and tell me why they were rushed to the hospital and they ain't leaving. No, literally, they hospitalized both.
Wait, they back? I was just about to check in on that to see if when they were coming back. I know a crew had made it up there, but I didn't know they were back. I gotta verify that, bro. And yeah, they're supposed to go to the hospital when they get back because you got to see what space has actually done to your body. So you got to be quarantined as soon as you get back.
Both of them immediately when they land in Houston, and will not let them leave. And I know why. And I told y'all they was up there for a reason. It is not a coincidence that they kept this on the hush, especially after they were stuck in space for months on end and they weren't supposed to return till next year. But now they are keeping quiet about the conditions of the astronauts and why they're basically put in. And I know some of y'all are a little hard of hearing because y'all don't listen. So let's get into the article and let me reiterate why the they're in the hospital. So the SpaceX crew astronauts were taken to a medical facility out of an abundance of caution. This is an official statement from NASA. The NASA news chief, Cheryl Warner, said in a statement from the space agency shared at 8 a.m. today. So initially when they landed, they definitely didn't get to go see anyone they knew. They took them directly to another post-flight medical evaluation. Oh, baby, and all the crew members went, not just the astronauts that have been stuck up there for months. Remember how I told you back in April that this was up at the space station and that they were going to go with it, and literally not even 2 months later they sent those astronauts up there? Yeah, they're not coming back from that hospital, boo. Because believe it or not, they were sent up there on a mission, and the mission was not to come back without being, taken to that medical facility. Y'all don't even realize now.
Yo, we got to verify that, y'all. I didn't know they were back. I'm still under the assumption that they were still there. Now, I know we're going to have people that go, well, they were never in space. They were never there. I sure believe, bro. But I'm of the belief that they actually went there and they were stuck there, because why else would Boeing be catching so much heat right now, and this be part of the reason why? And Elon had to step in. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I gotta verify that one there.
Avian flu outbreaks are being blamed for the increasing egg prices and decreasing stock available at local grocery stores. And this is making things harder on businesses here in northern Nevada. More than 111 million birds in 49 states have been affected by the bird flu. Some local grocery stores are selling a dozen eggs now for upwards of $6 to $9, while others are limiting the amount you're able to buy. Dolce Cafe in Reno says it uses 500 to 650 organic eggs a month, depending on the demand.
I'm not paying that much for no eggs, bro. I don't care what you say. I'm not paying that for eggs, fam. It'll just be grits and bacon around this house from now on. No eggs, bro. You want eggs? Now eggs are pretty much a delicacy, fam. You're gonna have those on special occasions. Like, you're gonna have to bring out the good china. You're going to have to put on your Sunday suit, and then you can have eggs. Like, that all goes together now. You know what I'm saying? No, absolutely not. You crazy.
It's now paying twice as much as it was last month for 5 dozen eggs.
So we're spending $45 for the same amount. There were some instances where we would have to go to other outlets because the big chains didn't have any, and we would pay 3 times the amount. So if it cost us $30 for 15 dozen, it would cost us $100.
The cafe says it's important to continue to buy quality eggs for its products, and it does not intend to raise prices for customers at this time. Avian flu outbreaks.
Man, eggs finna be breaking up happy homes now. We gonna why are y'all here in therapy session today? Well, he thought it was okay for him to just go downstairs and make some eggs. And that started a whole argument. And then we started bringing up things from the past and everything else. Like eggs gonna be, when the stuff get high in price, they start breaking up households, bro. Eggs gonna be on that list.
So I work in the beauty, fragrance, cosmetics area of the store that I work at. And today I was testing a foundation on this lady's face, eye mask. And I'm up in her space so I can test this foundation for her. And as I'm, swatching the foundation on her face, she goes, "Oh, it's good to see that you're wearing a mask. I just got over the really bad flu that's going around. And I had a cough for a couple weeks afterwards. And then I had to go to the ER so they could put me through breathing treatments because it got so bad." And she's saying this as I'm doing her makeup. And then she goes, "I wear a mask in crowded places like grocery stores because I don't want to get sick again. She says, as she's sitting in front of me talking about how she just got sick and isn't wearing a mask. What? So I work...
We don't need this again, man. We don't. Oh, positivity. We need that. I need positivity. I need a drink. This is apple juice, by the way. Just so y'all know. I know that kind of looked crazy, but trust me, when this video is over with, it won't be apple juice in that cup. I guarantee it.
So I get a notification from Walmart that my order is delayed, and I give them a phone call and I ask, so like, how long is my order delayed? And she's like, it's gonna be probably an hour. And I'm so annoyed because why? Everybody's freaking out over this storm, and I'm just here to say, I'm gonna need y'all to chill out. Because they've already said that this is not a hard freeze. I'm in Texas, by the way. Chill. You don't need to be stacking up on water. You don't need to be stocking up on all this other stuff. We're not gonna be trapped in our houses for days. It's gonna be pretty cold. They've already said it's not a hard freeze. Like, they didn't even say you need to, like, be really stressed out about your pipes outside. So, I'm trying to be a good wife and cook dinner. And I ordered dinner in my grocery order. So, please let me pick up my dinner and chill out with trying to stock up on everything like we're about to go through a hurricane. Luckily, I got a text saying that my order was ready because I was this close from going to McDonald's. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful day.
No, And shout out to her, but no, we're supposed to stock up and prepare just in case. People stock up for just in case. You know what I'm saying? That way, if something does go wrong, they not, you know what I mean, scrambling around trying to figure out how they're going to survive, stay warm, eat, or whatever. The ones that don't, then if something goes wrong, then you're the person that's like, hey, y'all got something I can borrow, and then people are lying to you because they got it, but they don't want to give it to you. So don't make us be that person that has to lie to you. Or some of us are just going to straight up tell you the truth and be like, I got some, but it's only enough for my family. You know what I'm saying?
ERCOT is already issuing a weather watch. They are warning that there could be higher electrical demand and the potential for lower reserves. Larry Collins is following that story for us in Dallas this morning. Hi there, Larry.
Good morning. Yeah, so this weather watch from ERCOT set to last at least through Friday, but we've already had our first morning of bitter cold, and we felt it quite a bit through North Texas, here in Dallas even. So I want to talk to you about what ERCOT did. In a post on social media, ERCOT said that grade conditions are expected to be normal during this weather watch. But remember, back in 2023, ERCOT actually launched a system that includes 2 alerts. There's the weather watch, that's where we are right now, and there's a voluntary conservation notice. That's where Texans will be asked to voluntarily reduce usage during peak times if that is safe. Texans have kept
Reduce usage. Tell that to a parent who's been tired at work all day, and you think they finna tell that kid to get off their game so they can aggravate them? Not happening. Not happening. Peak usage, nothing, bro. He gonna stay in there, or she gonna stay in on that game so I can get some rest while we're in the house together in this cold. That way we're not at each other's throat. Yeah, good luck. Peak usage. I know not what that is. I know not what that is.
The wind has just been relentless.
And we wanted to pull up this map to give you some perspective of those 3 fires, where they're burning. This all started yesterday morning in Pacific Palisades. That was the first fire to break out. Next, we have the Eden fire. That is burning in Altadena, Hastings Ranch, Sierra Madre, Pasadena. And then we have the Hearst fire that is also burning this morning in Sylmar. So those are the 3 major fires that we have our eyes on this morning.
I'm always curious, of course, how these fires start, because they don't start themselves, obviously. And when you look at the Palisades fire, where it started along a hiking trail in the wilderness area above Palisades. And I know firefighters are going to be taking a really close look at that. It doesn't look like there are power lines nearby. So hopefully, I mean, I don't know. Again, they don't start themselves.
The wind combined with the topography, it just creates a perfect storm.
The wind has just been relentless.
This is, for all intents and purposes, a fire cane. Okay, we're talking about hurricane-force winds with a firestorm attached to it. Now, here's what we are looking at. This is what's causing all these problems, these destructive winds with 100-mile-per-hour gusts. We're talking about the humidity, single digits, and that leads to explosive fire growth. We've got a pressure gradient, high pressure to the north, low pressure to the south, and those winds are being squeezed between the 2 pressure systems. And what that's doing is bringing those Santa Ana winds, powerful winds coming in here. Add to that the low humidity and the fact that since October 1st, less than 10% of average rainfall has fallen in Southern California. And again, those winds, the big problem. Wind gust 69 in Simi Valley, Los Angeles 63, Mission Viejo 52-mile-per-hour wind gust, and that's going to be the problem over the next 12 to 18 hours. Those wind gusts are going to be such that it's going to be hard for those firefighters to put up aircraft to be able to take a look at what's going on and to drop water on them, Lester. This is for
how that song go? It never rains where? Southern California, right? That's wow. Jeez, man. That's why I said I hate it for them right now, bro, because this is the worst time for something like this to go down. The worst time. Like, bro.
Let's talk about one of the most haunted plantations in Louisiana, and that is the Myrtles Plantation. Now, this plantation is a historic home and former antebellum plantation with a deep, rich history, and I'm talking about in crazy ghost stories. And General David Bradford built this plantation in 1796. But only lived there for a few years before fleeing because he was involved in some whiskey rebellion. So since then, several owners have owned the plantation. And the plantation was originally called Laurel Grove until they, did some renovations and remodeling, and they changed it to the Myrtles Plantation. But the haunting stories began with the Woodruff family. He was a prestigious judge in the area and owned several slaves, which was, common back then.
Does the word plantation bother anybody else? I don't know why it somewhat triggers me a little bit. Like, I mean, I know why, but you would think by now it wouldn't, but I don't know why. It triggers me. I mean, I know why, but anyway, back to the story.
Owned several slaves, which was, common back then. And they say he was extremely cruel, especially to one particular slave named Chloe. Now, allegedly, Chloe tried to protect herself by eavesdropping in on a conversation that Mr. Woodruff was having so she could modify her behavior, because it was said he was doing the worst of the worst to her and lots of the other slaves. So I guess she was like, I'm going to overhear some stuff he's talking about, see what I can do better to, not aggravate him, or what I can do better for him to stop doing the stuff that he's doing to me. So one day after being caught eavesdropping, Mr. Woodruff literally chops off her ear, y'all, forcing her to carry the shame of disfigurement for the rest of her life. Her mutilation was hidden. He made her wear this green turban that covered her, where her ear would be, just so nobody would know, really what happened. And Chloe was over it. So on the 9th birthday of one of the Woodruff's family, Chloe decides to bake a cake, and she put poison in it, which were in these specific leaves. And Chloe's goal was not to unalive the children and the mother. She really just wanted to get them sick so she could nurse them back to health. Because back then, people respected anybody that could nurse or heal or, help people. So she was really hoping to get some cookies, some bonus points, some, cool points. Hey, I got sick and this lady, helped nurse me and my family back to life and, got us better. So we're gonna respect her. But she ended up putting too much in it, and it unalived the mother and the children. So yeah, the dosage was lethal. But the crazy thing is, the slaves unalived Chloe, allegedly. And she was hung for everyone to witness. She was then weighed down by rocks and thrown into the Mississippi River. And even after Chloe's death, new owners was it was some gruesome activity that was going on there as well. And people that stayed in this home claimed to have just experienced so many paranormal activities. They said that it's this specific mirror that is in the foyer. And visitors claim to see the spirits of the Woodruff's children in this mirror. And you could see handprints that would come on this mirror at a specific time of the day. And you would hear loud footprints just stomping around the house, and nobody is there. And this picture was taken by someone as well. People believe that this was the spirit of Chloe because it looked like someone with a turban on their head. And later on, around the 1970s, it was a lot of stuff going on there too. And it was also this film set that they was, filming on the plantation. And people were so spooked, y'all, by the stuff that was going on, furniture moving with no explanation. Just like I said, hearing loud footsteps throughout the house and just having those weird, heavy, eerie feelings throughout the whole time. Cause you could visit this home now. It's literally a bed and breakfast. They have all kinds of ghost tours.
Come on, y'all. Let's go stay there. Let's go stay there. Yeah, right, bro. Y'all just heard me say what the word plantation does to me. Y'all really think I'm going in with y'all to stay there? Because I know a few of y'all was like, all right, let's go. I'm down. Y'all look crazy. Y'all, there's something wrong with y'all. Seriously, bro. There's something wrong with y'all.
And so many people have allegedly took pictures of different spirits or seen stuff. But I mean, there's no doubt about it that this place is haunted. I feel like every plantation is haunted and has the worst history ever. But let me know what y'all think of the Myrtles Plantation. And let me know if y'all would visit and stay here. Let's talk about...
Why do y'all think the other slaves did that to her? You think what she did put the rest of them in jeopardy? Because that would be my guess. I don't believe they wanted to do that. But I think they probably did that because they had to. She probably put their lives in jeopardy when she did that, or when others found out what she had done. And they had to make a decision, and it's probably not the one they wanted to make, but they made it, you know what I mean, to pretty much save their own lives. So that would be my guess, but I don't know. It's probably more to the story. I guarantee it's probably more to the story. I'm gonna have to look that one up though. The Myrtles Haunted P word, yeah, you know what I mean. Try not to be so triggered by that word.
If black-eyed children knock at your door, you must never let them in. According to legend and local lore, it is believed that the black-eyed children will come to your house in pairs. They may also approach your vehicle if you're alone in the parking lot. When they approach you, they will tell you that they need help with something and ask if they can be let in. But in order for their tricks to come to life, you have to let them enter. So avoid that at all costs. Anyone who encounters them almost immediately feels an overwhelming sense of dread. Some people have even reported that their loved ones who were in the home or in the car have passed away shortly after the encounter. But be careful. If you resist, they will become increasingly desperate, even crying and begging, saying that they're scared, manipulating you however they can think. These children usually have very pale skin and completely blacked out eyes. No one knows where these kids came from or how or why they appear or why they choose whoever their victim is. Come over to my channel if you're interested in hearing.
Okay, simple. Don't interact with black-eyed children. Simple. See, some of y'all that intrigued and was like, I don't know, but what if? And you'll start to question yourself about what if this and what if that. No. It's simple. Simple instructions. You know what I mean? On how to stay alive. Don't interact with them. Simple, bro. No. Some of y'all won't listen. You'll see one. It'll be like, oh, we need your help. You'll run to them, try to hug on them, love on them, and wonder why you're in the situation you're in soon. Yep. Simple. Simple instructions. I got it.
So I'm at the store getting gas. And guess who I noticed? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Blink if you can hear me. Okay, go back right, go back down. Okay, brighten up if you can hear me. Okay, go back normal. You want to stay bright, huh? Are you an angel? Are you here to hurt anybody? Are you part of our galactic family? Am I tripping? Or is this thing...
No, you're not tripping at all, bro. We're all here witnessing this right now. I thought I was tripping. And clearly, it's nothing in this cup. This is apple juice, bro. Straight up, apple juice, bro. Like, I need something strong after that, though. That thing was really looked like it was responding. It's nothing wrong with us. It's nothing wrong with us, y'all.
Responding to me, y'all. Are you a fallen angel? Are you one of the good angels? Okay, go back normal. You can dim your light. Just answering me. Are you my specific angel? Okay, so the people that are seeing these, are those their specific angels or guardians? Okay, y'all have seen it here firsthand. All right, you can go back normal again. Wow, thank you for talking to me. I love you. Thank you.
Am I tripping out that thing just say I love you too? But it didn't say nothing, but it blinked and like some type of Morse code said I love you too or something like. I gotta be on one tonight, man. I thought that thing just said I love you too.
So I'm at the store again.
Isn't it interesting how we're starting to see a lot of UFO videos like this start to surface and no one trusts them because they think it's AI? We literally don't know what to believe anymore, and that is all by design. However, it will behoove you to use your gift of discernment. A lot of the videos you are seeing are a combination of things, from planes getting ready to land to drones prepping for Project Bluebeam. Now, if you don't know what Project Bluebeam is, it's when the government fakes an alien invasion and uses a false god to save humanity. They've been experimenting with UFO tech for years, and they've been prepping you all to fear them. Some of you all even fear that they're demons because they're fallen angels. And you would be right in a sense because they are fallen from a higher density, but they are not evil. They've been here all along. They exist in higher dimensions. They have to sink down to come to our dimension. So when we see them, it's because they lowered their frequency to allow us to see them. Or we are matching the frequency that they're on, which is exactly what we are all collectively doing. Every single one of you is able to attract your own UFO encounter. This was one of the many things we were able to accomplish when I was at the Monroe Institute for the Gateway Experience. We meditated every day for hours. Our frequency was so high we literally manifested them every night.
That's not playing too low for satellite.
Which leads me to believe that the government does not care that we know about the existence of UFOs. They just don't want you to know how powerful you truly are. This is why they didn't confirm nor deny her question about if these crafts were controlled with our mind. They know how powerful our thoughts are. They've been experimenting with human consciousness for a while. The thing is, we don't truly know. Not only do our thoughts control their crafts, but they create realities. These beings are here to remind us who and what we truly are. And that's why they've been prepping you to fear them. Isn't it interesting how...
Dang. So maybe we need to kind of try to reevaluate and look at this kind of different than we've been going at it. Not completely eliminate everything we've been thinking and know of, but just add some additional to it. You know what I mean? Maybe look at it and say, like, okay, maybe they aren't the bad guys and they're here trying to help and they're trying to communicate with us best way they can. And we just been programmed to think negative about them when it's the opposite. It's another way to look at things. Interesting.
Regardless of where you live in LA County, if you look out a window or you're driving on the freeway, you can see the different fires, you can see that smoke. And assignment manager Mark Liu has been tracking it all. In fact, he was on with us yesterday when the Palisades fire broke out. And you're going to show us, because I think people might not realize, we still have very active fire activity.
We do, and I'm going to show you something that we haven't looked at yet today, and that's a different set of data, and it's from infrared imaging and heat sensing satellites in orbit. These fires that are currently burning in our region are certainly large enough and putting up heat blooms that can be seen with specialized equipment by satellites in orbit, and it's data that is available to view in the form of a website and a map, and I'm going to take you out to my screen now. What you're looking at here is a website called FIRMS, the NASA Fire Information for Resource Management System, and it's a collection of data from satellites that can sense heat signatures on the surface, and what we're looking at here is the heat signature over the last 24 hours of the Palisades fire. Now, there's a lot of data to go through here. The lighter colors, these orange and almost yellow areas, that's fire heat activity from 6 to 12 hours ago. But these dark red boxes that you see in the middle, that's fire activity from an hour ago. So really, that's where the fire is now. And I can change the opacity here, the opacity, to see where the active fire is. And you can see it is now in the hills to the north of the PCH, moving all along. We are getting a look at the...
I thought those little boxes were houses and stuff like that. Little boxes. Anybody ever watch Weeds? That just popped into my head now. Now I'm not going to be able to get that. But I thought those little boxes were houses and stuff. They probably are, man. This is insane to even see like that, bro. This is going to be a huge problem. But they said earlier they are trying to drop water. So we can see if that helps any and try to combat this thing and slow it down. Right now, probably the goal is to slow it down.
Fire line by looking at these red squares, and you can see that just even in the last hour there were heat signatures in the city of Pacific Palisades here, where we expect there is probably some very, very serious damage. Now we can also see this activity over in the Eaton Canyon area, in the Eaton fire, and you can see this fire was extremely active in about 6 to 12 hours ago, but now we see the fire has broken into two flanks on either side. These red boxes are the squares that indicate that there was heat signatures just an hour ago, and Joy Benedict and Jasmine Veal were in these areas where we had seen the fire be so destructive. So this entire area of central Altadena has seen heat signatures large enough to be detected in space. And the other issue that I want to talk about is how there's also another flank of this fire, and it is moving over. Let's see if I can get out of my screen here just one second. There you go. It's over here. We really haven't seen all kinds of data about the area in over here either. And so that is troubling in that there is a community on the eastern end that also could be dealing with it. And of course, this area of the fire in the north is burning up into the mountains, and there's really nothing out there until you get up into the Lancaster-Palmdale area. Now, there is one other fire, the Hearst fire. A bit of good news. I don't see any fire activity in the last hour. This is all from 6 to 12 hours ago. And then we were also talking about a fire that was in the Sepulveda Basin. It was right here. It was called the Woodley fire. Wasn't even big enough for these satellites to detect, and I talked to LA City Fire. The good news with that one, knockdown. No more active flames there. That one is out, so we are still only now dealing with the original 3 fires. But hopefully it's going to be cutting down to 2, as again, the Hearst fire up here in Sylmar doesn't seem to be as active as the 2 that are here. One other thing I want to talk about before I send it back to you. This is the aerial firefight going on in the Pacific Palisades area, and all of these icons you see here are orange, but the line that I'm looking at here, the flight path of an aircraft here that's this light colored teal green, that's from an aircraft called Intel 12, and is actually on its way back to Sacramento, if I can find it. It's right here. It's heading northbound, and this is the aircraft from the Governor's Office of Emergency Management that is going to be doing that fire mapping. We're going to get a much better idea of the footprint of this fire. It really hasn't been updated since midnight. So this intelligence gathering aircraft is going to be able to share that with CAL FIRE, and they're going to get a much better idea of where the fire has burned. And as for the firefight here, Fire 3, Fire 2, all of these aircraft still doing a tremendous amount of work over here. There's actually a Ventura County fire, Firehawk now on the western end fighting that fire. So we're seeing a tremendous amount of resources here, and there is certainly a fire also, Firehawk in the Altadena area that's working on the western end doing water drops over there. So the battle for aerial superiority in these fires continue, and it is hopefully going to give those fire crews on the ground some hope, as those firefighters that are at the Palisades fire, now more than 26 hours they've been fighting this one.